morning. I just wanted to come to you guys and make a motivational video and to share with you guys one of my experiences. Now, there's a lot of people that want to get into entrepreneurship or they want to make a big purchase. Whatever it is that you want to do, anything is possible if you put your mind to it. Now, time waits for no one, so let me go ahead and get into this story. A few years ago, I was going to school for RN. While I was going to school, I decided I wanted to get my CNA. Now, in the state that I live in, having your CNA is not a required prerequisite for the RN program. So I completed the CNA program. I got a job. I started working for a private company. While I was working for this company, I decided I'm about to start my own non-medical home health care. So I started my own company. I saved my money. I got my business license, office license, bonded, insured, all of that good, great stuff. Now, the entire time I was going through this process to get this ball rolling, the only thing I could think about was this hair business. Now, people that know me know that I had been talking about starting a hair business for years. The problem was I was too indecisive. I couldn't choose between the two. I wanted to do both. So I told myself, pick one, get that going. Once that gets to bringing in money, then you can start the next one. Needless to say, I went with the non-medical home health care. Then I had a conversation with my younger sister, my only sister, and she was like, ever since you was little, you said that you were going to own your own business. I believe it's meant for you to own your own business. She said, however, God didn't tell you that business was supposed to be the non-medical home health care. I pondered on that for a while. She was absolutely right. So the opportunity came for me to work at Amazon seasonal. So I thought long and hard about, do I really want to have two jobs? I've always had, two jobs, a full-time job and a part-time job, and I kind of let that go for a while. So I said, fuck it, I'm going to go ahead and do this little Amazon shit so I can get that money, use that money to finance the business, because I didn't want to use the money I had coming in from my 9 to 5 because that's what I used to pay my bills. So I was working 100 hours a week. I was working my 9 to 5 in the morning. I worked at Amazon from 6 at night to 6 in the morning. So I went ahead, did the little job at Amazon. All the money I was getting from Amazon, I was saving that money. I took that money, and that's how I started this hair business. Now, during this process, I invested a lot of time, and I lost a lot of money with that non-medical home health care. So in actuality, I took some L's. I didn't look at it as losses. I used that as a learning experience. And I didn't let that deter me or stop me from doing what I wanted to do. A lot of you guys have a lot of great ideas. However, you get to talking about these ideals, but you don't act on these ideals. Time waits for nobody. If you got something that you want to do, go ahead and do it. If you want to start a business, make sure you have a business plan. Because when you start networking and you get to conversing and you start having meetings and you start dealing with people that's already in the industry or people that already own multiple businesses, those people are going to hear you out. And then after that conversation, they're going to ask you to produce a business plan. If you don't got a business plan, they're going to take you as a joke. They're going to look at you and they're going to laugh. And they're going to be like, oh, he or she ain't serious. When you get your business plan together, then come holla at me. So there's nothing that you cannot do, but you do need to have a plan in place. Sit down, set goals, realistic goals, goals that are attainable. On top of that, you need to have a time frame, because most people will be like, oh, I want to start a business, but they can't say, oh, I want to start this business in the next 2 years, in the next 6 months. That helps hold you accountable. And as you're making progress, even if it's baby steps, You're making progress. You'll eventually get there. Don't let anything or anybody stop you from doing what you want to do. Go be great.